on Juneteenth of Karmelo Anthony. Shout out to Juneteenth. Juneteenth was a lot this year, y'all. So they put out Juneteenth videos, or the Karmelo videos on Juneteenth. So The View didn't have a chance. So today is their chance, even though everybody's been talking about it forever. It seems like forever. It's been 2 days, 3 days. Now we got to hear what The View has to say, child. Woo!
Welcome back. This story we've been following this, and so now there's new footage that has been released of the moments after high schooler Karmelo Anthony
It's not new footage, it's the footage.
fatally stabbed Austin Metcalf at a Texas track meet in April of 2025. Take a look.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
He was sentenced to 35 years in prison, which he's appealing. The case has a lot of people divided. Some people believe that race was a factor in the trial because there were no black jurors. They were all the 3 black jurors that were there were educators, and they were released. They were struck for that. And some folks think, no, he got a fair trial. But is this a jury of his peers?
I don't think so. And you know, this has been an issue for such a long time in the judicial system where prosecutors use
Hold on, because before these crows start crowing, I don't think I did this. Let's see. What is a jury of your peers? Let's see, because, you know, I'm not trusting these bitches in any way, shape, or form, child. Give chat a second. Y'all make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. We on subscribers only, because I know there's going to be foolish people that want to foolish, and I ain't got time. All right, so it says, a jury of your peers is a group of ordinary citizens selected to hear a court case and decide the facts based on the evidence presented at trial. Despite the phrase, it does not mean people exactly like you. Willie D and all the rest of you fake ass fakers that's out here lying to people, and all you ignorants who don't look anything up for yourself. Okay. Let me read it again. Despite the phrase, it does not mean people exactly like you, i.e. same race, gender, income level, profession, etc. So there goes that theory debunked of it's not a jury of his peers. It was a jury of his peers. Now, I like to tell you, ignorance, that this is where voting comes in. And typically, somebody else said that maybe it's different in every state. But typically, you need to be registered to vote in order to be called to be doing jury duty. And you know, colors, you can lie all you want to, because y'all have definitely been lying. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. You be trying to get out of jury duty. Say I'm lying. Y'all be trying your best to get out of jury duty if you happen to be called, okay? So that would be God's fault yet again, because you don't take shit seriously until it affects you. That's your problem. You don't even participate until it's something that got to do with you. By that time, it's too damn late. So y'all out here listening to Willie D and them, Frigidaire, Keisha, and all them people that's lying to y'all, platforming that damn man that was lying from the gate, not listening and looking at facts. And it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because the shit is not going to change. It is what it is, like they say. You can compare it to anything that you want to. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. Give them people money like they looking for it, okay? Just go give the Anthonys the money, okay? Just go give them money. You won't do that. I promise you they won't do that. Instead, it means people from the same community or jurisdiction who are eligible to serve as jurors. So let's not forget that the Anthonys moved on up. Now, I don't know what their previous situation was, but guess what they said? We don't want to live around you niggas, all right? That's what they said. You don't have to believe that. Where did they live? In a predominantly white community. Now say, oh, they had to move. We talking about where they lived before all that. They was living a good ass life. Shout out to them. I'm glad for their success, okay? At this point, let me leave that alone. Anyway, they moved on up. And they had the means and the ways. And they said, you know what? I don't want to live around your colors. So let's go over here and live with a white predominant area. Y'all told me 3% colors in Frisco, I guess, wherever the hell they live, right? 3% colors. Well, I guess you should go live around more colored. So God forbid if next time one of your other kids get into trouble, at least you can get a jury of your peers based off of what you ignorants think it means. It's a quick chat GPT, formerly a Google search. But we know you won't do that. You would rather listen to a ghetto boy as opposed to a lawyer. But when women are running around talking about, I'm so educated, I got this, I got that. Everybody's supposed to listen to that bullshit that don't mean shit. But they always running off with the shit. Anyway, what it means in practice, jurors are generally selected from voter registrations, driver's license records, or other public lists. So shout out to the person that let me know, because I don't get offended by people who know more than me, because I never profess to know everything. They said driver's license records, shout out to your state and what it does. Both the prosecution and defense can question potential jurors during a process called voir dire, I believe is how you pronounce that. Jurors who appear biased may be removed. The goal was to create an impartial jury that can fairly evaluate the evidence. So the reason that the Karmelo supporters are upset is because he was convicted, because you wanted him not to be convicted because Metcalf was white and he's black. And that's where race comes in, because black people never get a fair shot. It was not a joy of his peers, except it was, because his parents chose to live where they lived. Now, I guess if they thought that they would have some issues later in life with the law, maybe they would have went and lived someplace that was more urban. Not what they did. Okay. So that's why you have the jury makeup that you did. And just because there were no blacks doesn't mean that there were no minorities. From my understanding, there was at least 4 to 5 minorities. But now all of a sudden, y'all don't want to listen to that. But when it's convenient, BIPOC comes into play. Well, you BIPOC'd it up on this trial, okay? So take your BIPOC and take your toys and go home, because you're not going to get the appeal overturned over that based off of what we have here. And I'm pretty sure that Dennis Sperling can attest, along with Nate, along with AV, along with TLA. But y'all don't like to listen to real lawyers. You'd rather listen to a ghetto boy. We'll get there. Shout out to Anton. Example, excuse me. If a 35-year-old black male accountant is on trial, he is not entitled to a jury made up of 35-year-old black male accountants. However, he is entitled to a jury selected fairly from the community without unlawful discrimination. Constitutional basis. In the United States, the right to a jury trial comes from the 6th Amendment, criminal cases, the 7th Amendment, certain civil cases. U.S. Supreme Court has interpreted jury of your peers to mean an impartial jury drawn from a fair cross-section of the community, not a jury that mirrors the defendant's personal characteristics. For you hating ass, ignorant asses listening, go look it up for yourself. That's why I'm bringing it up. You can do the same thing. We know that you won't, because you would rather go along with the victim narrative and say, oh my God, it's not fair, gotta be racism, white supremacy, because that's your answer to everything. In 2026, that's all y'all got. That's why you listen to a ghetto boy over lawyers. But I digress. Let's get back to the video of these heifers over here. So let's see what she's gonna say. Let's take it back now that we know what a jury of your peers are together.
So, and you know, this has been an issue for such a long time in the judicial system, where prosecutors use what are called, Batson challenges, and they
Explain what that is.
It's a challenge that is used to strike a juror, sometimes generally a juror of color, for a race neutral.
Look at her race baiting. You get to strike out jurors, basically a juror of color. So coloreds, y'all been going to jury duty and getting struck down because of racism based off of what she just said. Let's rewind it. Basically, jurors of color.
And they
Explain what that is.
It's a challenge that is used to strike a juror, sometimes generally a juror of color, for
generally a juror of color. And ABC allows this bitch, sorry Lord, I'm trying, to stay on and say that shit, which is a blatant ass lie. It is a lie. So she can, in her bias, her clear ass bias, can say whatever the fuck she wants. And I don't know if this bitch is a lawyer or not, but if she's a lawyer, somebody should report that ass. So this is what she's saying about you colors, okay? So is that what it is? So y'all just get struck out every time you show, because every time I the fuck show up and they bring me out there, more times than not, I gotta sit there and listen to some damn insurance case. So y'all just gonna let her get away with that, right? So ABC, The View, all of y'all gonna let this bitch say whatever the fuck she wants to, right? Thank you, East B. I appreciate you for the jewels, boo. And if you're ignorant and you don't look anything up and you blindly follow these people, that's why y'all be led so wrong and y'all be believing this shit that bitches like this be saying. I can't even believe that y'all listen to these crows.
For a race-neutral reason.
Right.
Because you're supposed to have a jury of your peers, and you're not supposed to just strike someone because they're black. And
so she's race baiting you. She's race baiting somebody. That's all they do. Because at the end of the day, it all comes to Democrats, liberals, progressives. These motherfuckers don't care about nobody other than themselves. You can argue with your mom.
And in this case, they gave the reasoning that they're educators, and this happened, these were high school students, and this happened at a school track meet, so they couldn't be impartial because of that. I don't think that's an appropriate reason.
Guess what? There was a defense lawyer there. So if he didn't do what he needed to do in order to get them to stay, nobody ever talks about that part, right? Is there not another lawyer on the other side that's supposed to be defending the defendant? Anybody, Bueller? I believe they agreed, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Karmelo's lawyer agreed. So take it up with him. I don't see anybody having any smoke for the most part with the fucking lawyer that took less than 24 actual hours to defend that child. Less than 24 actual hours to defend that boy. Nobody got anything. Nobody got no smoke for there, none of that. Y'all ain't carrying on about that one damn bit. You had that whole ass prosecution there with 21 witnesses. That jackass did what? 5 or 6? And was done in less than 24 actual hours. 24. He started on a Saturday. He was done on Monday. And y'all ain't got no smoke for him. But you over here in my comments, if you don't kiss my black ass and carry your ass on somewhere else to somebody that, first of all, gives a fuck about what you think. But second of all, your ignorant ass is just out here playing into these motherfuckers. This is what they want. This is exactly what they want. These are race baiters too. They ain't no different. Oh, you blacks are so stupid. You blacks always get kicked off. That's what the fuck she's talking about.
Ones too.
Yeah, I don't.
You a lawyer? The lawyer didn't do an opening or a closing. Goodbye. I know you lying. Is this how for a lawyer? Can somebody confirm or deny? Sunni, is her husband in jail yet?
I don't think it's an appropriate reason to strike black jurors, especially when it's a young black teenager on trial, and especially when that particular area is made up of 10% of an African-American community. So I don't think he got a jury of his peers. So I think on a...
So she gonna lie. Is she a lawyer, somebody? So she's just gonna be on here saying whatever. And y'all just believe in everything that these grifters be saying to y'all. That's why the community has issues, because you just listen to anybody that makes you feel good. Shout out to Trinidad. That's what he says all the time. That's what he says all the time. She's sitting up here lying to y'all, and you believe in her. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. East B, I appreciate you, hon. Very generous of you. You said, talk that spicy shit. Shout out to, and his name, Clay Davis on The Wire. Thank you, hon. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new while I figure out a way to get through this.
Appeal, there is a legitimate thing, a legitimate reason. I also think we have to look at self-defense here, because there seems to be two systems of justice at play in this country. And there have been for a very long time. I was part of the system, so I understand that, and I believe that to be true. In this case...
There you go. Grift away.
This young man, you heard him say he put his hands on me, and I told him not to. This, the kid that died, and
yeah, she just said what he said, right? So there was no jumping, you jackasses that still believe that. He said he put his hands on me, not they put his hands on me, which they just completely ignore that too. In his own words, the only words that we've really heard now, we have not heard anything from Karmelo except for what they just put out with regard to these videos in a body cam. That's it. But of course, it's racism. It's racism. Gotta be racism, right? I mean, there is a deceased kid over here, but y'all gotta be racism. Gotta be racism.
And I have so much empathy for him and his family's loss. That kid was 200 pounds. This kid was 130. Now
we talking about weight. Now he 200 pounds. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. You see how they lying to y'all? So you telling me that somebody that weighs more always wins, Bueller? So y'all ignorance, not y'all. So the ignorants are trying to tell us that somebody that weighs more and is a bigger size always wins, Bueller? Is that what y'all saying? So any narrative to fit the race grift narrative, race grift. I need to change the title. Another race grifter. Let's go ahead and get all the BIPOCs upset and just say it's not fair. This is what they do to black people and you can't get a fair trial and the jury appears it's not what it was. Oh my God. I know it's two different justice systems.
30 pounds. And so, and the other kid was also.
I got sympathy for the kid that did the red rumming, but no sympathy for the kid that's no longer here.
Taller than he is. He was the only black kid under the tent. And the victim here had his twin brother with him, who was also a very large person. If
he had his twin brother there. Were they Siamese motherfucking twins, girl? He had his brother there. And he was the only black kid under the tent. I thought there was a black kid that he went to see, that's the one that changed his mind about his testimony, and then they had to question him so that he could say that, prove that he was lying. Am I wrong about that? Y'all let me know. Kojak in the building. Hey, boo. He said shorter and smaller folks sometimes got more heart. I've seen it. I'll never let a smaller person dog walk me, though. I believe you. I believe you. Eddie, thank you. Thank you. That is his name. Exactly. Child, the View can just say whatever they want because it's a bunch of bitches talking to a bunch of bitches. ABC should be ashamed of themselves.
If you don't fear for your life, if you weigh 130 pounds, I weigh 130 pounds. Facing somebody that's 200 pounds, I would be terrified of that. I don't understand why.
You're a bitch.
Self-defense was rejected by this jury.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, especially the jury representation. That's what stood out to me. And we know there's plenty of evidence that there's sentencing disparity with people of color. The one thing to me, though, is what is the fair sentence when you take a life? And this is what I'm struggling with, because this is a tragedy across the board. A 17-year-old is dead. A 17-year-old's going to likely spend 35 years in jail. He could appeal at 17. I'd be curious what you think, because I wrestle with it. If it was, God forbid, anyone in my life, I would think 30 years seems about right. If they said life, I'd say that's too long for a 17-year-old. He could be rehabilitated.
Look, I think 35 years, if there is no self-defense claim, which is an absolute claim to this crime, absolute defense, I think that would be appropriate. But if you look at other cases, there was the other case where there was a young black kid who was chased by Rick Chow, a store owner, accused of.
Here we go. These are supposed to be intelligent, paid people referring to a case in a completely different state. So they want to bring shit together when they feel like it. I'm surprised she didn't say Kyle Rittenhouse, because that'll be next. Just go ahead and bring up whatever you want, child. Just say whatever you want to try to paint your narrative the way that you want to, which is what they're all doing. Texas and South Carolina, two completely different states. And guess what? If there was some videotape, maybe there would be something else with regard to what happened in Chow's case. But you know what they won't tell you? Chow was in jail for 3 years. That case was 3 years, going on 4 years old. None of these motherfuckers was thinking about Cyrus, Chow, none of them. Didn't give a shit about none of them. The only reason that they're even bringing it up is to go ahead and paint this racist narrative of everything and everybody is racist. Over there with South Carolina, that's two minorities. Technically, that's two minorities. So now all of a sudden, coloreds don't like Asians. All the spiders make up and weave. Now all of a sudden, coloreds don't like Asians. Child, you can't make it up. But in the code, Tadisha, you black, we black, everybody black. I'm supposed to be on the black people's side. Child, I be on the side of common fucking sense, because these people are crazy. Anybody that can't see it don't want to see it. And I know there's plenty of people. Y'all go on over there. Just stay the fuck away from me, because this is ridiculous. Nobody is using their brain, being led very easily, because at the end of the day, this station, these people are liberal, progressive Democrats. That's all it's about. So their grift, because they're losing in so many places, is to make you scared and to get you riled up, hate rile up over race. And they're using Karmelo Anthony and Cyrus Belton. They're using both of those black boys for their purpose, and it happens over and over and over again, and you colors be falling right in line. You're so easy. You're so easy. You are so fucking easy. You would rather listen to this lying bitch based off of what I just read to you. She lying straight to our face, and a ghetto fucking boy, instead of legal lawyers. TLA said it a year ago. Fuck that nigga, right? Nate the lawyer just did a whole ass video. He said it before. I just didn't see his before video. Fuck that nigga. And they're black, mind you. Black males, men, lawyers. Shout out to them. Dennis Sperlin said the same thing against the ghetto boy. You rather believe a ghetto boy. AV, I don't know what she actually said because she's, calmer than the rest, okay? Shout out to her. I'm pretty sure from a legal perspective, she probably say something similar. She's just like sad situation, which it is at the end of the day. And it's not sad. The situation is sad, of course, but it's very ignorant for these ignorants to use these two situations to get what they want. That's all they're doing. That is all they're doing. Mr. Too Fresh said he wasn't the only black kid under. The so-called kid that invited him over there was black. Right. Like somebody said, Eddie. Exactly. That's what I thought it was. Thank you for confirming. Shout out to HMG. I appreciate you, boo. He said the defense wouldn't put Karmelo on the stand. The prosecution was waiting to wax that ass. Notice the color community care about weight in this case, but not when putting down the fort. We had to go there. I mean, it's true, but did we really have to go there? Child, you being racist.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Child, racism everywhere. Now, if you can't lose weight, it's racism, child. Everything is racism. Y'all still sitting up here believing these people. I cannot. Shout out to Celine. Hey, boo. Feel like I haven't seen you in a while. She said people don't like Trump, not because he's a Republican, but because he's an avatar of the strong white man. That's it. That's all. I don't know what it is, honestly. I feel like it's because he's a Republican, because black people are trained. What is the word? They are indoctrinated to only care about Democrat. I done already showed the shit about LBJ. Y'all don't want to hear me. Your regulars heard it. You seen it. We investigated it. They don't want to believe it. They just want to hear because they grandmama, they auntie, they mama said, because my mama said that we need to vote for Democrat. I was a Democrat, sir. And then, because they allegedly want free stuff, we done already played it once, I'm sure I'll play it again, because they said that we'll give them this free stuff that don't make no difference at the end of the day. Food stamps, welfare, all the rest of that shit. We like free stuff. And fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, thinking you getting something, ain't getting shit, still ain't got no reparations, but y'all got Juneteenth. Y'all got Juneteenth. At the end of the day, everybody got Juneteenth if they work for the right company that acknowledges federal holidays. Now you ignorants are out here talking about white people can't celebrate a fucking federal holiday. Y'all don't know what a federal holiday means then. Please start utilizing the dictionary, please, because y'all be showing your ignorance of not knowing what words mean. We use the dictionary around here, okay? Look shit up. Shout out to Generation X. That's what we were told to do. Y'all go teach your fucking kids and teach yourselves to stop listening to ghetto boys and go look up shit for your damn self. Especially in this case, you are being used and you fall for it every single time. Rolly will tell you, DL will tell ya, them 4 girls over there will tell ya, and you will go ahead and believe everything that they say because racism, because black people is keeping you down, keeping your damn self down. You're listening to millionaires tell you that white supremacy is amazing. You are listening to millionaires, first generational millionaires for the most part, tell you that you're a victim of white supremacy, but they continue to be on the come up. And y'all still listen to it. Child, get the fuck out of my face. Lord, forgive me. I'm trying. I promise you I'm trying. Wayne, appreciate you, boo. He said, dear chat, I feel the same way, but Auntie said, we're not the hoes. It was the soundboard. I believe I'm not on. It's working right now, but the only one that was working is the hoe one. Lord help your people. I'm sorry. Shout out to you, boo. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. It's hard for me to get through these people, child.
Holding of taking water bottles, which he didn't take the 4 water bottles. He chased that young boy 130 yards, which is half of a football field, and shot him in the back, claiming self-defense. And you know where he is right now? He's at home with his family because he was found not guilty.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cases like that.
If that is self-defense, I don't understand why this is. But when the system fails
one time.
Because it's a different state, heifer. It's a different state, and there were 20 some odd witnesses. There's no witnesses to what happened to Cyrus. That's the difference. She's an alleged lawyer. She needs her fucking law card revoked to do this. Doing this, I should say. She needs her law card revoked, if that's a thing, child. I don't know what it's called. I'm just a lawyer on YouTube, okay? She's an ignorant person that's pushing that narrative because she as well is for Democrats. That's all it's about.
I don't think we should then say, so then the system
But
should fail.
if they're very similar self-defense
Well, Sunni, I
claims.
have a question because I was wondering why the self-defense claim didn't work, and I had read that it said you have to use the same amount of force that was brought against you. So if someone pushes you and you push them back, that's self-defense.
That's not the standard because it's not only use but attempted use.
Well, no, that's what I'm
So
asking
if you
is 'cause it-
felt your life was in danger and you felt he was going to
Why are you backing down from her, white girl? Push back on that bitch. She always got something to say.
do more than just push you, and you weigh 130 pounds and you're outweighed by 70 pounds,
So you can
use
You know what? When I looked at this case, though, which to me is just sad every which way, right? There's two families that are destroyed. There's, Austin Metcalf lost his life. Karmelo Anthony's going to spend at least 17 years in jail. So this is just tragic. But my question is, how did this get to this point, and where the hell were the adults?
Yeah.
These are two 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean,
What I understand is,
I mean, I'm sure adults were around, but when are these two people about to be adults graduating from high school, I would assume, allegedly. Both of them with good grades, both of them doing, good in their sports or whatever. Both of them should have known and should have been told, I'm talking both of them, okay? They both should have been told that you have too much to lose to be getting into some dumbass situations. So make sure while you out there that you make sure that you do right. You do not embarrass this family, and you continue on the trajectory that you're on. Both of them should have been told. If they weren't, you do not fuck up your life over some bullshit. Okay? You walk the fuck away and you come get me. I'm just saying. I don't think that enough of these kids are being told, first of all, you don't pull out weapons on people. You want to fight, you fight. Like I put up that thing from John Witherspoon from Friday. The most important part of that whole damn movie. Y'all are punks is what he said. And y'all would rather pick up a weapon instead of fighting with your damn hands. If you lose, you lose, but you live to fight another day. That's the gist of it at the end of the day. Rest in peace to John Witherspoon. But you got grown ass alleged men up on this here tube saying that if you touch me, I'm going to do basically the same thing. While I'm sure kids are listening. So you are basically co-signing, sitting up here, taking people out over, like I said the other day, allegedly pushing somebody. And for these ignorant ass people on this screen, specifically Sunni, what's her name, to compare the two cases, like it's something different if Willie D does it because he's an ignorant. That bitch is a lawyer, though she's ignorant. She's a lawyer. She should know and do better. She won't even uphold the law in the right way so that she can get what she wants. And what she wants is for the colored community specifically, but all the BIPOCs to be riled the fuck up so that they can say, you gotta vote Democrat so we could do something about this racism because Republicans are racist. Because no one on the Democratic side is racist. How do y'all get here?
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.